Hello there, lads and lassies. Welcome to Scottish Geeks. My name is Derek, and we're going to be talking about Doctor Who Season 10, Episode 4, Knock Knock. Sorry I didn't get a review of Episode 3 out last week. There's a lot of renovation work getting done in the house just now. Let's just say, very quick recap, liked it. Not a lot, but I liked it. Compared to Smile, which was crap. Anyway, on with this week's one. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. Knock Knock. What a good episode. Actually, really good episode. Not scary for us grown-ups types, I wasn't shitting myself or anything, but for the kids, there was definitely something in there that was going to freak them out at night time, especially if they live in wooden houses, but we'll move on to that in a minute or two. Basically, the episode starts up with Bill and, let's call them what they are, 5 generic characters who are put in to make the show seem very diverse, even though technically it doesn't need to be. People. We have the obligatory tall Scottish jock guy. Okay, easy way to put it. It's horror movie fodder. Alright? They are all horror movie fodder. The jock, the scared geeky person, the weirdo who goes off by himself, etc., etc. But we don't need to bother too much about them. They're actually not that integral to the plot. They just seem to be, I don't know, like DLC, added extras that you don't actually need, but you kind of want to put in anyway. So we start off where they go to the estate agents. I'm sorry, I'm losing my words here, because this guy was the most insanely bad estate agent known to man. I mean, come on. Did you see the houses he was trying to put them up in? You've got these people who want to get into a house. So what do? Let's go for the smallest place and say the hallway is a bedroom. Oh no, there's no door in here. It's a living room, whatever. And no, that didn't work out. So let's put them next to a factory unit, which is obviously going to be very bad for your health. Very, very nasty health risk. And eventually just say, no, we don't have anywhere. Furthering on the plot and wondering why this guy even has a job. But then we find the wonderful David, I can never pronounce his name right, is it David Suchet? Or David Suchet, the guy that played Poirot. Let's call him Davey. We had Davey who arrived with a fetching wig on, and I love this guy's acting career. He's just wonderful no matter whatever he does. He's such a menacing guy, but such a kindly looking one at the same time. Anyway, so he comes along, they get a contract, and of course not one of them reads through said contract about possibly the bit at the end where it says, we're going to eat you. You're going to be murdered by the end of the night, but don't worry, the rent's cheap. We do need the deposit check though, just in case you break anything. Yeah, I would be questioning that myself, even if I was of student age, and I have been a student. You read contracts thoroughly. It's something you learn when you become a student, when you sign over your life, basically, to student loans. Anyway, so, enter the Doctor, at long last. The Doctor materialises the TARDIS, and Bill somehow has the knowledge in her head of how to put the stuff on the floor, exactly where the TARDIS is going to be, and somehow knowing that it's going to materialise inside the control room instead of maybe getting squished flat. I don't know how she knew that, but she did. Anyway, so the Doctor takes her on this journey, happens to mention a couple of things that Doctor Who fans may already know and new people don't, about regeneration and how he only sleeps after a big lunch and regenerating, and oh, what's that? The big thing about the Time Lords with the big giant collars and everything. Bizarre collars. Weird ass collars. And Time Lords, that's not a species. Well, technically, she's right. It's not a species. It's Gallifreyan. Time Lord is a society, not a species. Why do they insist on doing the wrong thing all the time? But anyway, moving on. Okay, so basically they go to this house. It's creaky, it's creepy, it's everything you'd ever want from a Scooby-Doo movie house. And there's a tower. I would like to live there. I don't give a shit, there's stuff in there. It looked cool. Okay, so basically the wiring, the electrics and everything like that look like they came from the 50s maybe? But then there's things like television sets, and of course they've got electrical lighting and stuff, so the rewiring must have been done at some point. There has to have been building work done. Semantics, okay? We don't worry about shit like that. It's Doctor Who, okay? We don't worry. Things happen. It's Doctor Who. We go on with the story. So first off, one of the guy goes missing, and everyone thinks he's playing some sort of avant-garde music because it's just the same section of music skipping over and over and over and over. Nobody sees him. Nobody gives a shit, really. Weird guy goes missing. Other people go missing. Could it be the weird guy? No. And of course the doctor turns up and does what the doctor does best. He explores, he examines things, he sticks around where possibly he's not wanted because, you know, the whole thing about, oh my god, you're so old, you shouldn't be here. And he's sitting there going, yeah, if only you knew. And of course David Sushi's character comes back in and starts creeping everyone out. And there's this weird thing with the tuning fork that nobody questions. Nobody questions it, but whatever, you know. And of course all the weird stuff starts happening. The house starts to bolt itself shut and all that, and the obligatory geeky Chinese girl or Japanese girl, I'm not sure, I don't know, okay, I'm not that great with things like that. Do not call me racist, I'm not, I just don't know, I'm not good with faces and stuff. She runs for it and gets eaten by a tree a la Evil Dead. Do you know, it's kind of like a kid's version of Poltergeist, Evil Dead, and oh my god, there's another one. I can't remember. Cabin in the Woods? No. One of them anyway, right? So she goes out, gets eaten by a tree for some weird reason. They're hearing all these weird scratchy noises, but again, nobody's that bothered. You know, there's screams and stuff, but everyone's still remarkably calm about the whole thing. And of course, Scottish jock guy tries to hit on Bill. Bill goes, sorry, I'm into girls. Then he does the obligatory thing through the door, etc. And then screams for real. Nobody believes him because they can't open the door, but then the doors all start slamming shut again. Remarkably calm. They run for it. They leg it to another room. They find the original guy whose the music was playing stuck inside the wall with his eyes basically turning into wood and stuff. They tried to turn the music off because, you know, it's quite irritating. And he's like, and he's like, oh, don't touch the music. And then of course David Sushi comes in and goes, it's just, you know, delaying the inevitable, puts the needle of the record off again. Yes, it was a record. And he gets absorbed into the wall, becomes part of the fabric of the wall. So basically the house ate him. We have no explanation for this, or why David Sushi's character is immune, unless he is part of the house, etc. Well, that's what we think to start with. Moving on, of course, the doctor and all that, they start going through the different places. The doctor discovers that it's not actually the house that's eating people, it's these wood lice. Alien wood lice. These names dryads. They can pass through the fabric of wood. And then they eat people. Why do they do this? Why have they not came out before this? Is it something to do with that tuning fork? Because we still don't know the reason for the tuning fork. Does it bring them out? Does it put them away? Who knows? But anyway, so the doctor goes about and does the obligatory knock thing, you know, to emphasise the title of the episode. And David Sushi's character comes down, the guy that's with the doctor runs for it, the stairs eat him, and then all the bugs come up and they dissolve him for some reason. No. I do like the episode, I'm just saying. There's a lot going on. So eventually the doctor discovers that this is actually an alien thing, and the guy's looking after his daughter up the stairs. So then, of course, we get to meet the daughter. And Bill meets her, and she's made of wood. She manifests the bugs. So they eat Bill's friend, the doctor comes up, they have a chat. Turns out that the old guy was actually her son, and he found the bugs outside, brought them in, and they turned her into this thing, and then somehow able to read what the bugs are thinking. He, every 20 years, feeds people to it, thus restoring his mother's life energy and pretending he's her father. It's very Freudian. So, of course, the Doctor saves the day by talking, which is always a good thing in Doctor Who. I do enjoy when he saves the day by talking. He talks to the lady, he talks to David Sushi's character, and the landlord. And eventually the woman realises who she is and reverses the whole process. The bugs eat her and him, and they gone, and then the house starts to dissolve, but everyone else comes back to life. Well, everyone recent, I'm assuming the rest of them were, digested. So somehow they got reformed. Why could they have done that with a lady instead of turning into wood? I don't know. And they run for it, and the doctor makes a joke about better luck next time with the estate agents, and then we come to the ending, the part we've all been waiting for, the vault. There's a piano in there. I thought he was supposed to keep that locked, but apparently not. Apparently he could go in and have Mexican food with whoever's in there, and come on, we all know it's the master. we all know for a fact it's the Master. Or an incarnation of him. Because there's nobody else it could be. It's too cheeky, you know? So we'll just have to wait until that resolves itself. Anyway, all in all, I really liked the episode. Taking it bit by bit, I could see personally that it was, just from talking about it there, it was a very messy episode, but it was a very well done episode. It was classic Doctor Who. Haunted house, the Doctor with all his science knowledge and everything doesn't know what the hell's going on, but figures it out in the end, and followed by the weirdly sort of unattached ending section for no reason other than to tease something that's going to be happening later on. I'm sorry, but Russell T Davies did that sort of arc thing better, where it was a very subtle arc with the Bad Wolf thing. You were like, oh, what's that? But this one, it's like Stephen Moffat's last hurrah is like, there's a big vault, something's going to happen with it, look at it. And that's all there is to it. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of the episode personally. I'd give it a 4. Quite close to 4, but not quite out of 5. Bordering 3.9 out of 5. I would give that 3.9 out of 5. A good episode. Still not completely convinced that Stephen Moffat's taking it seriously anymore. But that's is what it is. And if you enjoyed it, let me know what you thought in the comments below. Was there any parts of it that stuck out particularly for you? Was there any parts you particularly didn't like? Were the little dryad creatures any issue for you? Did you look at your walls at the late of the night? Did you listen for the screechy, scratching noises of the evil inside your house? I don't know, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But anyway, I'm going to go because it's almost dinner time. And I'll catch you next time. But until then, knock knock. Bye-bye.